Welcome back, viewers. It's Chris here from the camera store, and today we're looking at the Canon EOS 6D, but we're going to do something a little bit different here. Here's the premise. This is Mark Langridge, my coworker, and Mark's helped us out on a few videos. Mark's been a little unlucky in love, so we're going to see if the Canon EOS 6D can change that. We are going to shoot an amazing profile for one of the most popular internet dating websites around and see if the Canon EOS 6D can bring love to Mark Langridge. So come with us today. We'll see what we can get with this camera, give it a good thorough pacing, and check up on Mark in a little bit and see if love has found him. Come on. So we're taking some shots here. You know, the Canon EOS 6D does have a really nice feel. I like it. It's got a nice solid grip to it and a good weight. We got the 24-70 f4 on here. It balances really, really nice with bigger lenses, despite the fact that it's largely a plastic body. You know, Canon has sealed this body. It's something you can take out and shoot rugged environments with, no problem at all. You know, overall, you're going to find it very familiar with the Canon lineup. It's basically like a Canon 60D with a full-frame sensor in it. But great viewfinder, nice handling, nice controls, very, very familiar. Strange they left out the rotating screen, though. I would have liked to have seen that. You know, I mean, this camera has great video capabilities. It's going to be the most affordable Canon full-frame for shooting video, you know, other than the 5D Mark II. And both those cameras don't have a rotating screen. A little bit unfortunate. Still, beautiful photos this thing's taking. I mean, look at that puppy, ladies. Huh? Mark comes with the dog. All right, now we are joined by Dave Paul in his studio. Hi, Dave. Thanks for coming back.
No worries.
And of course, here we got Mark hiding behind us here. Now, here's the thing, folks. You look at these dating websites, and everybody has these terrible photos taken on their iPhone.
Bathroom mirrors.
Yeah, bathroom mirrors, terrible garbage. So we figure nothing's going to bring the ladies like some professionally done portraits from Mark's profile.
We're going to bring up that level.
Absolutely. Now, Dave is going to be the photographer today shooting the 6D, and I get to be the art director today.
Exactly. One of the unique features of the 6D is it has Wi-Fi capabilities, which allows me to take the pictures, and Chris can see them on his iPad.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty cool. I mean, you got to remember the 6D is really the first SLR that has this built-in Wi-Fi without any extra pieces. That's great. And you can connect to iOS, you can connect to Android, laptops, I mean, beam up to the web. You've got great connectivity. Now, actually, the Wi-Fi has been really easy to set up. So on the 6D, we've just given it a network name, we've put an encryption in, we've then hooked up to it on the iPad. It has found it very quickly. We've got two options here. Now, remote shooting is cool. The camera's going to go into live view, and I can then adjust and set all my settings and fire the camera remotely. Yeah, there I am. I'm handsome. But because Dave's the photographer today, we're going to kick out of this and go into camera image viewing. And this is going to let Dave shoot, and all the photos are going to come to me, and I'm going to be able to evaluate them. So really easy to set up, really, really nice layout. It's a very, very cool app. All right, let's get some nice shots of Mark. Mark, it's pouty lips time, all right? Maybe a little bit less Cortez, okay?
All right, Mark. Right there.
Let's keep her, I think, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right, okay, Mark. It's it's thoughtful, artistic Mark next.
Yeah.
Please stop playing that guitar. All right, I think we got something we can work with here.
I think so.
Right. Dave, it's time to get out the big guns here, okay? So we're going to show the most desirable thing about Mark in these next photos, all right?
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, you know, I'm really actually digging this remote utility. It's pretty sweet.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, not only can we change whatever you want and see what EXIF data, but we pick a photo like this, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
5-star rating in here, and it actually shows up right on your camera. Okay, Dave, so we've finished up our shoot here with Mark now, and I gotta say the Wi-Fi has worked fantastic.
I really like this feature.
Easy, flawless today, great. One thing I think might be a problem in the studio though, the 6D does not have a great flash sync speed.
Correct.
1/160th of a second, it's pretty slow.
No, not in the studio, it wasn't as big of an issue, but outdoors it certainly can play into that.
Sure, like if you're trying to compete with outdoor lighting, you know, in here as well, you had to shoot f8. Now a big part of that is we're using very powerful continuous lights so that Jordan can videotape with the camera.
Yeah,
you wouldn't normally have this much ambient light on.
Not at all.
But still, what if you wanted to shoot really bright apertures, 1.2, 1.4, you know, you might have some issues there.
Every advantage will help you out, and that might limit you a little bit.
Right. One of the new features on the 6D that sets it apart from other cameras is its ability to autofocus in incredibly low light. Now Canon advertises -3, got the light meter here, and we're getting -2.9, -3.1 in that range. So let's have Dave take some shots and see if he can focus in this light. Now Dave, any problems at all?
I was actually really impressed with this because you are very, very dark right now.
You know, this would be great if you're shooting low light night photography on the street or something like that, or if you're doing darker events and you just need to get that quick autofocusing. So very, very cool feature, and it certainly does set it apart from many other cameras on the market. So Dave, where is this going to be useful having this -3 autofocus capability?
You know, if you're an event photographer, you're in poor conditions, even like at churches, places like that, where you have really low subdued lighting.
For sure, makes sense.
It's pretty impressive.
Absolutely, and it was quick too. I mean, it's not like it took its time and then got there. It did just go right to the focusing point.
It was pretty good. It was very impressive.
And of course, we are using the center focusing point. We have to rely on that.
That's the most accurate one, yes. Right.
Yeah, but still, you know, again, if you do like night photography, if you're doing low light event photography, very, very cool feature.
It's impressive.
All right, so we're going to get Mark out here on the tandem bicycle, and we're going to get this so we can test autofocusing on this camera. You know, the 6D, it doesn't have a very wide array. We're talking 9 points, right? So, you know, we don't have a great action sports camera, but let's see if we can handle a fast-moving subject like this as it comes towards us.
Yeah, no, going through the series of images of the shot of Mark. You know, it doesn't have zone focusing like a 7D or a 5D3 does, but you know, in a pinch it works really quite well, as long as you keep the center point on the subject itself.
All right, we're going to take a look at the Canon EOS 6D in low light situations. Now again, it's very, very similar to 5D Mark III. We're going to keep this pretty quick. Let's take a look at these ISOs. We start at 800. Now, if you look at the Canon EOS 6D files, they look very much like the brand new 5D Mark III. We're getting substantial improvements in high ISO performance over something like the 5D Mark II. And of course, you can push the ISO up quite high to 25,600. This camera is going to give us very nice results, and being that it's only 20 plus megapixels instead of 21 or 22 does not really make much of a difference. We've got great files here. So shooting video on the Canon 6D here, honestly nothing that would really blow us away. I mean, it's basically the same standard Canon fare, same frame rates here, although some improvements over the 5D Mark II, which would be the closest Canon camera to this. You're getting things like better rolling shutter capability, and low light performance is better too. Same frame rates though, and it is a little annoying that you gotta go into the menu to control your audio levels. We are getting a cool feature though from the 5D Mark III. We're getting all-eye compression added as well as the standard IPB. Now, that being said, if we were going to compare this footage to the 5D Mark III, we do have an issue with moire on the 6D. It's not major, but you can see it in certain situations. All in all, the 6D is adding nothing really new that we haven't seen already. It's all the same standard fare, but that does certainly mean it's very capable. All right, guys, so we put the Canon EOS 6D through its paces, and overall, I do think it's actually very good value for the money. I mean, this is their budget full-frame SLR, and it's done quite well. As far as handling goes, it was rugged, it was secure. However, Dave, you didn't like the thumb wheel in the back.
No, coming from a 7D or a 5D3, this dial here and the whole function in the back here isn't nearly as conducive to good operation.
Right, yeah, you know, but despite that, this is going to blow the pants off of 5D Mark II. I mean, you're getting a better sensor. It's going to have better low-light performance. Autofocus is improved over the 5D Mark II for sure as well. And that Wi-Fi, folks, that's really where you're getting your value for money. It worked great. It was integrated, easy to use, and that's a big chunk of change if you're going to buy it as a separate piece for one of those older cameras.
Sure enough.
Now, overall, the Canon EOS 6D, you know, it's not super exciting. We're not anything revolutionary, and there are some things that are holding it back as far as the price point goes. You're not going to get a great sync speed. The focusing is great for studio work. It was pretty quick, but it's not going to compete for action in sports and events like that. Overall, too, the video mode, it's beautiful quality video as always, but why get rid of things like the headphone jack, you know? It seems like Canon just wants to hold back this camera so it doesn't compete with their upper brand cameras.
I agree.
I mean, that makes sense, but it's short-sighted because it's not your higher end cameras you should be worried about. It's the other brands' cameras in similar price points. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But overall, pretty decent camera. We liked using it. Let's say thank you to Bowser for coming along. He is the reason why Mark is going to get a date here in these videos. And thanks to Mark as well for being such a good sport, putting himself out there personally and intimately to the Calgary populace. So hopefully this camera will get Mark a date. And if you guys want to check that out, subscribe to our Facebook page at Camera Store TV, and you can see regular updates on Mark's dating escapades. So we'll check back and see how he does. Thanks very much, and we will see you guys soon.
Hi, I'm Mark, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. I really enjoy nature, enjoy being outdoors, but I also love learning about the world, about history. Science is one of my favorite topics, and I love stargazing. I'm really into photography and art and music, and if none of that does anything for you, I have this adorable puppy as well. Ladies, there's an empty seat on the tandem bike of my heart, so send me a message.